The Central Bank of Nigeria has warned of attempted fraud related to a fake distribution of the newly launched E-Naira digital currency. In a statement, the bank said criminals have been sending fraudulent messages to people claiming that it was disbursing E-Naira worth 50 billion naira to Nigerian citizens. It denied making such a handout and has expressed concerns about its security. Joining me to discuss this and other issues surrounding the launch of the E-Naira is Ajibola Akamo, an investment analyst with Nairametrics. Hi, good evening, Ajibola. How are you?
I'm doing okay. Thank you for having me.
Thanks for joining us on NC Continental Prime. Now, ahead of its launch, most Nigerians were expecting a cryptocurrency, but it isn't a cryptocurrency. It's a digital currency. So to re-educate us, what's the difference?
Quite honestly, it is a cryptocurrency, and I would explain why. So the underlying technology is a distributed ledger technology, right? And there are various types of distributed ledger technology. So for the one that is publicly known is the blockchain technology, and it offers permissionless access to information. But whereas the one the CBN is using is the Hyperledger Fabric, but that offers for permissioned access into the blockchain. So it is just really throwing around words. It is still a cryptocurrency because it's still cryptography that's behind the two underlying technologies.
Now, the launch by Mr. President, we saw it was launched with pomp and pageantry. The CBN governor was present in the Aso Rock Villa. But just a few days into the existence, the stories have not entirely been positive. There's been reports of scammers attempting to, take advantage of the launch of the E-Naira, and the app was removed from the Google Play Store, and now we hear that it's back. Though it's been returned to the Play Store, can you say that the CBN did not do a thorough job in providing a fail-safe system and platform for the digital currency to perform hitch-free?
All right. So what I'll say to this is everybody needs to understand that it is still a pilot program. So there are bound to be glitches and whatnots to happen, right? They need to take it easy on the CBN. And also, I also would criticize the CBN because when you go through Google Store, Apple Store, and you see the comments, the minor bug issues on the application, which you would think that they would have settled up to now, that's what people were experiencing, and which is not too good and doesn't speak so well about the level of commitment that they've put into the application. So that's what I would say to that.
Now, I know it's still early days and you want Nigerians to take it easy on the Central Bank of Nigeria, but
yeah.
In a country with a population of over 200 million by some estimates, the size of our economy, the financial sector, Africa's biggest economy, with just over 10,000 downloads of the E-Naira speed wallet, that's not encouraging. What do you think?
All right. So we actually do have a report that says that there were over 200,000 downloads in the first 24 hours on Nairametrics. You guys can check that out.
Okay. But, so that information, are you telling us on record now that the 10,000 downloads is not true?
Yes, that's not true.
Okay. Thank you for clearing that situation there.
Yeah, but even with 200,000 downloads in 24 hours, that's still very, very small when you're looking at the size of Nigeria. I mean, using a population size of 200 million people, that's 0.1% of the population. And that's why I would criticize the CBN again. They could have done more in trying to market this product, to encourage people to use this product, but we didn't really see so much marketing from the CBN. Don't get me wrong, it is a pilot program, but at the same time, you're issuing out, you didn't do a focus group pilot program whereby it's just a selected people using the product and giving feedback. You gave it to the entire public. So you should have done some level of marketing to get a lot of people on board so that you can stress test the application properly, but that wasn't done. So that's why I'll give it, but it's not a good sign. 200,000 downloads in the first 24 hours is not a good sign.
So I believe as time goes on, we're going to see improvements on the app. and more Nigerians will get on
Hopefully,
board.
yeah. I mean, they took off the app. I'm sure maybe they did a little bit of upgrades and then they brought it back in. So hopefully things are better. Personally, I've not downloaded the app.
Now, Chibola, some economists in reaction to the launch of the CBN's E-Naira have said, this is misplaced priority. The CBN should be more concerned about checking Nigeria's runaway inflation and policies to revamp the economy. Is this coming at a good time, or it's unnecessary?
Well, I would tend to side with those economists because I myself am an economist by education, and yes, we do have other problems we can focus on. For instance, we have the exchange rate issue. Like you said, the inflation rate issue. We have double-digit inflation, regardless of whether the inflation has been dropping for 3 months. It's still double-digit inflation. It doesn't speak well of what the CBN is doing to combat that. And of course, as a nation, we need to move with the growing trends of, being the world moving in a digital direction, right? So definitely we need to do stuff in the digital realm. But I think we're going a step too far in adopting this, whereas there are underlying pressing issues that we can adopt. For instance, Nigeria has the best banking system, or should I say one of the most sophisticated banking systems in the world. It was not only
in the
2017.
world.
Yeah, we have one of the most sophisticated banking systems in the world. It wasn't until 2017 that the US was able to do interbank transactions with the use of the application called Zelle on their banking apps. That was when the US was able to do interbank transactions in 2017. Before then, people always used Cash App in the US, but we've been doing that long before now. And I believe that the CBN should have focused their attention on putting the money towards cashless policy initiatives to encourage people to open bank accounts, and then encourage people to use digital platforms that already exist.
Now, finally, Jibola, I know we touched a bit on this, but I'd like to ask you if there are any positives from this, because this has taken the CBN and the federal government's time. A lot of money has been spent, a lot of manpower. What positives can ordinary Nigerians derive from this launch of the E-Naira?
Financial inclusion. So Nigeria has had a financial inclusion program for the longest time. In 2012, the National Financial Inclusion Strategy was that 80% of the adult population of Nigeria should have access to financial services. Yes, thank you for that. And as at the time I checked, the last report has it that according to the Nigerian interbank settlement system, only 47 million people have a BVN. And looking at a report from the CIA, the current adult population of Nigeria is about 117 million people. So if you're looking at the percentage of that, that means that only 40% of Nigerian adults actually have bank accounts, right? So because CBN saw that, okay, their financial inclusion strategy wasn't working, so they created a new strategy in 2019. And this strategy is 95% of the adult population of Nigeria should be financially included, right? But the problem is, that has not gone well all too far. But I believe that the E-Naira will be able to help the CBN achieve this goal.
Okay, thank you very much. Ajibola Akamo, it's been an absolute pleasure talking to us. We appreciate your insights on the subject. Ajibola Akamo of Naira.